Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In today's recipe I'm going to show you how to make a wholesome, delicious Italian dinner which is roasted vegetable lasagna. I'm going to be using all local ingredients, using paneer, using a lot zucchini, carrots and delicious Italian flavored pasta pizza sauce. So without wasting any time, I'm just going to dive right in and show you how to make this dish. So to make the lasagna, I've prepped up a lot of ingredients and kept. So lasagna is essentially a layered pasta which is baked in the oven. So you get these pasta sheets which are flat. You can also make them at home. And then you have roasted vegetables and you have a creamy tomato basil sauce which you keep layering over the pasta sheets and then baking it in the oven. I'm going to take you through all the different processes, but the first step, I've prepped up all my ingredients, that is the vegetables, onion, garlic, and zucchini and carrots all prepped up here. I'm going to take it to my wok and then roast all of them and then proceed to layering the lasagna. Great. So first is to drizzle some olive oil into the pan. You need a large wok to actually roast all the vegetables, so a nice wok like this would be great. Add in the chopped garlic and I'm going to add in the chopped onions and lots of red bell pepper, because red bell pepper adds a great taste to the roasted vegetables because it has a light sweetness, and when you roast it, it brings in nice sweet flavors. So let's just roast the bell peppers and the onions first, and then we'll add the carrots and then the zucchini. So just give all the ingredients a stir until it becomes nice and soft and caramelized. And once it's caramelized and you can smell the flavors, all the garlic coming through, and then the bell peppers would have softened, we'll go ahead and add the carrots and the zucchini for roasting. This will take about a couple of minutes. So the onion and capsicum are well roasted. At this stage, I'm going to go ahead and add my carrots. You can add any vegetable of your choice like baby corn, carrots, and mushrooms, and a lot of them as well. So now this is zucchini and green zucchini and yellow zucchini that I have both combined. I'm going to sprinkle some salt at this stage and then roast all the vegetables, cover the pan and then roast it until it's just about cooked, because you don't want it to cook completely because it's going to go into the oven and have a second cooking process. So just a little bit until it softens just a bit. Sprinkle some salt and give it a toss, and I'll cover the pan and allow the vegetables to steam cook just a bit until it has a light crunch and yet lightly softened. Great, the vegetables look perfectly cooked. It's just partially cooked, almost 3/4 done you can say. Because it's soft, I can see it's sweating already. So once you notice the vegetables are sweating, which means they're in the process of getting cooked. And don't cook it any further, because when it goes back into the oven, it's going to cook a little more in the heat with the sauces. So I'm going to turn it off and go up to whip up the creamy tomato basil sauce, and we'll layer the lasagna. So now over to make the lasagna sauce. There are multiple ways you can do this. You can either make your own tomato basil sauce at home, which actually takes a long time to make. You need to find the right red tomatoes and then simmer it for at least 45-50 minutes before you can actually make the sauce for the lasagna. Okay, so but what I do is I do make the sauce at home sometimes, and sometimes like I found this sauce very handy in the store, I actually picked it up online and it's really great. It's bursting with Italian goodness from the flavors of garlic and oregano and the right chilies as well, and it's just perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it. It makes it really easy when you want to make a quick lasagna and not spend time making a sauce, and this is great. So I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce with this delicious pizza and pasta sauce. I'm going to go ahead and add my sauce into my bowl, large mixing bowl, because I'm going to add in some cream as well into this to make a nice creamy tomato sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my cream. So it's fresh cream that I've used, and yes, and some Viva's white pasta dressing to add in more creaminess and flavor to the lasagna. Beautiful. This is all lasagna is all about, this the creaminess from this cream and the tomato sauce, along with the cheese that I'm going to add, and I'm going to add some paneer as well. So you're going to see that little bit twist to Indian twist to our lasagna. Great. So this is done. Now my vegetables are ready and the sauce is ready. Now it's time to layer the lasagna and put it for baking. Great, so now that I've whipped up the sauce, I'm going to keep the cream to the side and my pasta bottle, and I have some fresh basil here which I'm going to quickly chop up and then add it to this, the creamy lasagna sauce. Just going to quickly take this and add it into this. Brilliant. Just give it a light stir, and now that this sauce is ready and the vegetables are ready, well, let's go ahead and layer the lasagna and put it for baking. So now the first step is to layer it. The first layer is going to be the sauce. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the sauce in here. Ensure the sauce is of pouring consistency, and if it is not, then do add a little bit of water or extra tomato sauce into it to make it nice and pouring consistency. I'm just going to go ahead and spread this sauce over here. And then after that, I'm going to place in my lasagna sheets. Okay. And over this, I'm going to add in the roasted vegetables. And we'll go ahead and add some more sauce on top of this. Typically, we add cheese in every layer, but I'm not going to be adding cheese. I'm going to be adding some paneer, and so that makes it a little more wholesome, adds to the protein of the dish, and makes it healthy as well. You can also add ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese is similar to paneer, but it's an Italian cheese. I'm just going to add in some crumpled paneer. Awesome. And again, one more pasta layer sheet. And again, some roasted vegetables. And then one more layer of the sauce. Great. So you can actually do like 3 to 4 layers of lasagna, but I like to stop it at 2 and add in one more layer of vegetables and paneer on the top, and then top it with mozzarella cheese and bake it. So if you want to do more, then you make some more sauce and then add one more layer of lasagna sheet, and then go ahead and bake it. So I have some last leg of vegetables. Just going to go ahead and drop it over this sauce, and we'll add in all the paneer into it. Okay. Great. So all the vegetables just go in, and our lasagna is going to be just packed with vegetables and flavor from this delicious sauce. And then the paneer, all of it goes in there, and spread it in. And finally, the mozzarella cheese. Okay, so the mozzarella cheese is really important for lasagnas, and because it adds a nice taste to the lasagna and makes it rich as well. So, and then this cheese, we're going to be covering this with an aluminum foil and then baking it. So when we cover it in an aluminum foil, the cheese will beautifully melt and the lasagna will be done. It takes about 35 to 40 minutes to bake in an oven at 180 degrees centigrade. So I have preheated my oven right now. So now that this is done, I've completely spread all the cheese nicely, evenly over. I'm going to cover it with an aluminum foil and then put it in my oven for baking. So after about 40 minutes of baking approximately, I'm ready to open the lasagna, and let's see how it looks from the inside, okay? Just gonna slowly, ensure it's slow because the cheese can be stuck to the foil, so do it slowly. Awesome, look at that. I love this delicious cheesiness on the top, and the sauces have just brilliantly oozed out, and that's how lasagna is. Exactly how it's supposed to be: moist, juicy and packed with flavors. And it's done. It's just delicious. So now what you have to do is ensure that when you take it out of the oven, allow it to rest it for about a couple of minutes before you can cut it, so that it settles down. And then you run a knife, maybe you can run it into 3/4. Let me just show you that. There you go. I'm just not going to cut it, but I'm just going to show you. You can just run a knife to like this, and divide it into 3 parts, and then cut it along the other side as well. It's nice, it's perfectly cooked. I can feel the pasta inside and the vegetables. And then scoop out just one piece and then serve it on a platter. It might be a little sloppy, but it'll taste delicious. Do give this recipe a try. When you do, I would love to know your feedback in the comments below, because I'll always be looking to hear back from you. So until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.